Hello. I am here to do a reading for a specific person. Um, it's regarding learning lessons from relationships. It is my belief that in relationships specifically, the things that we go through are meant to teach us lessons. And if we do not learn these lessons, these circumstances will keep coming up in our lives when we're dealing with different people for us to learn the same lesson. So in this reading, I'm attempting to give this person the answer that they need to help them to understand how to get to the next level of their life. So it's like once the lessons are learned, we can then move on to something new. Okay? And if the lessons are not learned, we keep repeating the same thing over and over. And that could be frustrating. So, Most High, I wanted to take the lead in this one, please. So, what lessons are you trying to teach this person from their current relationship, please? Where do I find those answers? Okay, let's take one more. Okay, let's get started. So this is a personal reading, but you know, there will be nuggets of wisdom in there that could possibly help those who it is not intended for. At the bottom of the deck, we have bust out of your cocoon, which means relieve yourself of stagnancy. What lessons are you trying to teach this person from their current relationship? Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have be patient. Let's see what card that is that fell on the floor. Retreat. And what I'm going to do is get the book and read that one so you can have an in-depth understanding. Okay, so retreat. It says, are you feeling world weary and physically fatigued? This energetic exhaustion is the result of overtaxing your body and brain and being disconnected from your true spirit. You are forging a path that may not be in harmony with your true nature. You need more time alone in order to reconnect with your authentic self. Your divine energy is calling you to detach from the dissonant drain of the mundane world and retreat into silence and meditation. Allow for more alone time in order to reconnect with and rejuvenate your spirit. Your divine invitation. It says, ignore the muck of the lower frequencies of the world, no matter how compelling and seductive they are. Today's drama passes. No need to be in the middle of it and let it drain you. Retreat. So what God is trying to teach you, well, one of the lessons is to take yourself away and rejuvenate yourself. Okay? So even though we're with people, we do need time for ourselves, because if we in ourselves are not okay, everything else around us will suffer. So it starts with us. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. It's regarding you being patient, doing something different, correcting your mistakes, okay, reflecting on your truth, and refining your attention. I mean, focusing on the things which are actually worthy of your attention and your energy. Okay? So that's one lesson that is trying to tell you that sometimes it's better to be alone than unhappy. Because in those alone times, if we use it wisely, we rejuvenate ourselves, we strengthen ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. So if you're having a taxing time, it's God's way of telling you you need time off. Let's see what else God is trying to teach you. Discovery. So God is trying, and see at the bottom of the deck we have isolation. That's talking about more alone time. And after isolation we have enlightenment, and that enlightenment will bring you renewal. Okay? So discovery, God is trying to teach you something. I'm going to assume it's about yourself. Can you clarify this discovery card, please, for this person? So that, okay, so that we could get a better understanding what this discovery is regarding. So that's the retreat card coming out twice. Retreat and isolation. You need time to yourself. Let's see what the discovery is about. Discovery is about discipline. Excuse me, that's what it's about, discipline. It says, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So this is talking about setting personal goals and staying focused. Like in the retreat card, it was telling you to ignore the mundane things, ignore those things that are not important, those things that are not going to help you to attain the things that you hope to achieve. Let them go. Refine your attention, bring your energy in so that you have enough to allocate where you need it to, so that you can achieve the things you want to achieve. So what I'm going to do is get the book and read you the discipline card in depth here. It says, your soul has a goal, but it has also chosen to incarnate into a world of distractions. Earth is a dimension of obstacles and challenges, but you have been given discipline as your birthright. Let me say that last bit again. Earth is a dimension of obstacles and challenges, but you have been given discipline as your birthright. That means you have the power. It is time to remind yourself that your soul has come back to this planet to learn. This is a great opportunity to reevaluate your priorities and go about your daily tasks with a new system of managing your life, instead of being the passive recipient of whatever comes your way. Distractions can easily get us off the work of our soul, and if we give in to this apathetic impulse, we can miss many well-placed and pre-planned teachings needed for our inherent growth. Learn that the satisfaction of a task completed is more emotionally rewarding than a task delayed. Indeed. Yes, so God wants you to refine your attention and focus on the things that you actually want to achieve. Be true to yourself, decide what you want to achieve in your life, and start taking action to do so. That means cutting off some things and or including some things in your life. What do you need to release? What do you need to achieve? These are the questions that you should be asking yourself. Actually, this is the next deck. So let's see what else God is trying to get you to learn from this relationship. Okay, so the first one we have is guilt. The next card to come out is envy. So the guilt card says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So that's talking about forgiving self. God is teaching you how important it is to forgive yourself. Okay? Then we have envy. It says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Okay. I'm being asked to read the envy card and the guilt card. I'll read them both for you. At the bottom of the deck, we have abundance. This is your way to abundance, peace, patience. Okay? But indecision is stopping you from having balance. And the balance would be to see the lighter side of life with the humor card. Instead of being grieved, says the grief card, and blaming others and yourself. Okay? I mean, if blame belongs to someone, then it is what it is. But we have to know when to just let things go, let the past go, so that new can come in. So let's see. Let's read these in depth for you. Okay, the guilt card says, the energy of fear has many guises to complicate your path to loving yourself. Guilt is the most devious because it is a wolf in sheep's clothing. It is a self-imposed emotion that pretends to be instructive and enlightening. Guilt can help us grow when we realize that our actions have been hurtful to others and that we need to make amends. After we do so, though, it's time to learn from the behavior and move on. The problem arises when we hold on to a guilty feeling that serves no purpose other than promoting self-destructiveness and low self-esteem. No one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. Guilt is not always rational, but if you examine it subjectively, act on it, and release it, it becomes a temporary emotion. Long-held guilty feelings are never good and will create a roadblock to self-love and happiness. You must continually scan your current emotions for any guilty feelings and bring them to the surface for analysis. Healthy guilt is a warning that action should be taken. Irrational guilt needs to be released. Okay. And let's look at the envy card. It says, you must learn to accept that the obstacles in your life have been chosen by you. To be jealous of the soul path of another is to doubt your ability to judge what is best for you. It is human nature to covet the perceived luxuries of someone on a different journey. But to try to emulate him or her is not being true to your own guidance. You have chosen this life and these circumstances for a reason. By disregarding that and following in the footsteps of another, you are only setting yourself up for confusion and disappointment. You never truly know what is going on in another person's life and what personal challenges he or she may face. So to be envious is a fool's game. Be authentic to your inner voice because only you know what is in your best interests. If you don't follow your own path, you will have to reincarnate in an attempt to learn your original lessons again. And if you don't learn them, you have to come again and again and again, meet the same type of people again, find yourself in the same circumstances again and again and again until you finally get the lesson. Okay? So these are the things that God is trying to get you to learn from this relationship. I have two more decks. See what else God is trying to get you to learn. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Athemes, which is the Ace of Swords, which speaks about truth. Okay, so let's see the cards to come out. We have the Nine of Wands, which talks about being frustrated, fighting and fighting and fighting and kind of not getting anywhere, but still not giving up. We have the Ten of Artemis, which is the Ten of Swords. Talks about endings, okay, a painful ending. Then we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is representative of, it's usually player energy, like not being dedicated. But in this deck, okay, let's continue. We have the Nine of Chalices, which is the Nine of Cups. Okay. And we have two cards coming out together here. We have the Sun and the Holly King. It's the Sun and the Holly King. So let's see what God is trying to say to you from this combination here. So if in the Nine of Wands, this person is clearly contemplating and getting contemplation. The Ten of Artemis. I don't really know what this is saying. Can we get some clarification for this message, please, Most High? Where do I get that from? That deck again. Okay. I was led to this deck because the pictures are important, but the message isn't coming through by itself, so I need help. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so we have imagination. Ooh. We got purpose, but it was in the reverse. So I'm going to check to see if it's really meant to be in the reverse there. It's meant to be in the upright. Okay, so purpose. And then we have forgiveness. Imagination. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Nine of Wands is clearly contemplating something. Then we have the Ten of Swords, which is also representative of betrayal. The Knight of Wands usually is represented by a player. Nine of Cups, Nine of Chalices. It says purpose. I know what I'm here to do. The Sun and the Holy King. So imagination, purpose, and forgiveness. Purpose. I want clarification for purpose, please. Because for someone to want forgiveness, it must mean that something didn't go right. So imagination. Let's see what purpose is first. I want to break it right down so that I don't give the wrong interpretation. Office, I'm getting position. The office card came out by I'm feeling position. I heard position. Okay. So the office card came out to clarify purpose, and I heard position when it came out. So the purpose, so imagination, purpose, speaking about a position, and forgiveness. At the bottom of the deck we have shopping, and I'm getting acquisition with that, not actually going shopping and spending money, but acquisition. Right after that we have reputation. Okay. After that we have child support. We have contract after that, so it's like an agreement. We have malicious intention, and then we have taxes, which is actually taxing, like something being a heavy burden. Okay, so needing forgiveness as it pertains to your role. So let's take a closer look at, because malicious intention came out, reputation, child support, contract, malicious intention, and taxing. And we have doctor coming up after that. A sabotage by way of intoxicant. So we have doctor coming up after that. Sabotage by way of intoxicant. After that we have drugs. Okay. So just to be absolutely certain, let's clarify imagination. So far I'm getting forgiveness for, I guess, not being able to fully fulfill your role. I'm guessing it's to forgive yourself and possibly get forgiveness from this person that's represented by the Holy King, the Sun and the Holy King. So let's take a closer look at imagination. Please clarify imagination for us, Most High. Where do we find that? Imagination. Imagination is thinking of things, because anything starts in the mind. Our mind can either heal us or break us down. So let's see what imagination is. Okay, the cards to come out, we have the Four of Wands and we have the King of Chalices. So the Four of Wands talk about relationship, and the King of Chalices, which is the King of Cups, it's a person. So relationship with a person. So imagining a relationship with a person, okay, your position, needing forgiveness for that somehow. At the bottom of the deck, clarifying, we have the Oak King, which is the Hanged Man. So that speaks about stagnation. That speaks about not being able to make progress, needing enlightenment to be able to start taking action that will be progressive. So basically, this is talking about needing forgiveness for failing to do so because of the malicious intention and stuff like that. So God is trying to teach you to be humble and to take the path of the light rather than the path of the dark. Choose to do the right things in order to gain the things that you need. And question yourself, like, what is your purpose? What is the purpose for the things that you do? Whatever you choose to do or don't do, acquaint yourself with, like, what is the purpose? If your purpose isn't upright, then you will have to reap the seeds. Well, reap from the seeds that you've sown. Okay? When we make our bed, we have to lie in it. So if you stagnate the person you're with, then you also stagnate yourself. At the bottom of the deck, with the imagination, purpose, and forgiveness, we have service. Service talk about actions, acts, things that we've done in relationships. Yeah. And we have judgment. All right. So something wasn't right. Then we have death, which is a transformation. Right after that, we have blame. So something was done that wasn't really upright, and instead of taking responsibility for one's actions and speaking the truth, the blame game was brought into the picture instead. And when the blame game comes in and nobody wants to take responsibility, you can't get anywhere. That causes stagnation. Hangman. Okay? So God wants you to recognize the actions that were taken by yourself and the other person, and apply forgiveness. Okay? So God is trying to teach you to humble yourself and practice the art of forgiveness. Because forgiving someone is not just for them, it also benefits ourselves. Because imagine going around angry for months or years. It takes a toll on our health. It gives us gray hair. It makes our face look run down because we're always holding that kind of screw face, and in our heart it causes like high blood pressure, things like that. Our body malfunctions when we are not forgiving. So forgiveness is not about the other person only. It's also about releasing our own self. Okay? Allowing ourselves to be happy again. Because you can forgive someone and not deal with them. It's two different things. Forgiving someone doesn't mean that you have to deal with them. Okay? So let's see what else God is trying to get you to learn. This is the last deck, by the way. There's probably more lessons, but God led me to these ones, so these ones must be really important. I'm being told to grab one more. Let's see, what else are you trying to teach this person? Okay. At the bottom of the deck, whoa. At the bottom of the deck, we have beautician. Okay. And then we have good times. And then we have abortion. And then we have arguing. And then we have intimidation. Okay. So the beautician could be speaking of the person, the other person in question. Then we have good times, abortion. So good times coming to an end. To abort something is to end because of arguing and intimidation. So there is arguing, and there's actually at least the threats of physical violence, intimidation. If there isn't actual physical violence, there are threats of. That could destroy a relationship. That could destroy the way that someone feels about the other person. Okay, so let's see what card came out. Ooh, we have a copycat. Interesting. They kind of came out in the reverse. Let's see if it's meant to be in the reverse or in the upright here. Okay, it's in the reverse. So copycat, so that means, okay, so from this, I got that someone's not following. Let's say someone's doing something and you see that they're doing the right thing. The other person is choosing not to do the right thing. So the other person's not following suit. So the fact that copycat is in reverse speaks about disharmony. Speaks about not being on the same page. So not being on the same page, it leads to an end to the good times, arguing, intimidation, and so on and so on. Negative things. So from copycat, I'm getting not being on the same page. So God is teaching you the importance of being on the same page with the one you're with. I mean, you won't always agree on everything, but to be difficult just for the sake of being difficult is counterproductive. It will definitely destroy the way that someone feels about you. And when that is destroyed, it's very hard to get it back. You see. So to be difficult just for the sake of being difficult, it's not going to serve the relationship well. Okay. So let's get this one last deck. Which one is it? I'll go this way. Okay. So God just has something to say to you from this deck. Let me bring that message. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have home. Okay. Whew. We have family. Let's look at the first, how many cards? 10 cards. Okay, so we have family. We have temptation or test. So you are being tested. And test, learn lessons. Okay, so you are being tempted and you're being tested. All right, so hopefully you'll pass. Passing doesn't mean that you're gonna have everything the way that you want it. Passing means coming out of whatever it is or being in it with understanding and the courage and the wisdom to make the right steps. Even if the right step is to pray for the wisdom to know what step to take. Okay. After that, we have education, which speaks about what I just said just now, about having the wisdom, okay, to get things right and get things moving in the right direction. After that, we have war or discord. All right. After that, we have moral compass. Your moral compass talk about doing the right thing, knowing the right thing to do. And when you don't know what to do, I suggest that you pray and ask for guidance. Okay, that's 5 cards. Then we have present. All right. That's talking about right now. Present. Is that right now? Okay. And then we have transportation. Transportation simply talk about movement. Okay, what transportation take you from point A to point B. Okay, so transportation, and where you going? You're going to victory. All right. And God wants you to know that you must glorify the Creator. Like I said, pray when you don't have the answers. When you feel like your back is against the wall, if you've never tried praying before, try it. And the last one we have is neighborhood. Neighborhood. Your neighborhood talks about those who are around you. So I'm getting, just be yourself. Be yourself no matter who is around you. Do not let other people encourage you to be someone that you know you're not supposed to be, because it's only bringing war and discord in your life. It's fucking up your moral compass. Okay? And you're the one who is going to fail the test, because maybe part of your test is to have people coming in your ear and trying to encourage you to be someone that you're not. And if you keep falling for it because they're family or close friends, people you don't want to disappoint, then that means you have failed. You have failed being your authentic self. And as long as you refuse to be your authentic self, you will keep on finding yourself in negative situations. You will find yourself stagnant. You will find yourself upset. You will find yourself unhappy, while other people are out there living their life the way that they want to live their life, being true to who they think they should be, whether you like who they are or not. They're living, most likely they are anyway, unless they're allowing someone to come ningy in their ears. Allow people to run their life and you run yours. That's what the Most High is trying to say here. It's as simple as that. And don't forget to glorify the Creator when you know that God deserves a thank you. It creates good karma. It opens the door for you to get blessings. Because God loves to be appreciated. The same way that you love to be appreciated. The same way that the person that you're with loves to be appreciated. It's human nature. To go contrary to that is to create war and discord among you. Okay? So these are the lessons that God is trying to teach you, and this is the thing that God wants you to know. What's happening in your family right now is all about temptation and tests. So the question is, are you passing the tests or are you failing them because you're trying to be true to those who are secondary to you? Because you are primary. You and the one that created you are primary. It takes courage to be true to yourself. It's not easy because when you start being true to yourself, people, they won't like you. But that's why it's good to be an independent person, because when you're independent, you don't have to give a fuck who like you and who don't like you. Because you're being taken care of anyway. Mind, body, and soul. So if you're not independent, I do suggest that you start making steps towards becoming independent so that you do not have to be under anyone's thumb. Nobody will have the power to hold you down because you can hold yourself up. When people have to hold you up, they can also hold you down. And I know they talk about holding you down in songs and shit like that, but I don't get why they say hold you down. I think it's rubbish. But hear what I'm saying. When other people have to hold you up, they can also hold you down. If you can hold yourself up, then nobody can hold you down. To me, holding somebody down is a bad thing. It's not a good thing. But in this world, they like to switch things around. They use bad words to describe good things. It could be confusing, but I do hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So, that brings us to the end of this reading. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to give a listen. Okay, I do hope that you find peace, whether it's by yourself, with someone else, or with the one that you're with. I do hope that you find peace, you find your way to prosperity, and you do attain that prosperity. Okay, I do wish you well. So, I hope you found this information helpful. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.